Hey everyone, welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto. Today we're going to be going over how to find crypto gems, perhaps, maybe, by using just one website. This is called Santiment.net. Santiment, Santiment.net. This is the homepage. What you want to do is you want to go to Sandbase, click on that, and that'll bring you to this page over here. They offer a 14-day free trial for their pro metrics. They have another one that's a step above that. It's like 5 times the price. It's like $50 a month for just the pro version. And then it's $250 a month for the Pro Plus or whatever they call it. But go ahead, get you the free trial. Check out the website for yourself. See if you like it. At the very least, you could probably do, especially considering how deep into the bull market we are right now, you could at the very least find some stuff within the next 2 weeks that you might find some interest in and make a potential investment. Not financial advice. None of this is financial advice. Do your own research, and I'm going to show you how to do exactly that in this video, because everyone wants to find the next crypto gem before it moons, right? And you know, here on Lunar Beaches Crypto, we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. But instead of guessing, you can use real on-chain data to spot projects with strong fundamentals. So today I'm showing you how to do it for free using Santiment. Plus, we'll have a little quick rating system to decide if a coin is worth our attention. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so let's just go ahead and do a little brief overview of the Santiment app. It's app.santiment.net. So market overview, you can see we have price changes of the top 50 over the last 24 hours. Is MAGA in the top 50? Interesting. Maybe top 50 in their database? I'm not sure. Social volume changes. This will show you how dominant these assets are on social media, how much they are mentioned on social media. This helps you gauge just kind of hype around the projects, right? And so we want to look for stuff that has a lot of hype, but we want it to be organic. We don't want it to be like one big spike and then that's it. We want it to have a gradual increase over like a 2-week or multi-month span so that it shows more organic growth of that project. But one of the main things, and I was asked by a community member, Dylan VA, I believe it was Dylan. Yes, Dylan VA asked me on YouTube if I would mind making a video about finding coins with high dev activity. So that was the whole reason why I wanted to put this video together. So shout out to Dylan. Thank you for your engagement, and I hope you enjoy this video. Dev activity dashboard. So you want to come up to the top here, click on more tools, and click on dev activity dashboard. That will bring you here. So at the very top, we have ecosystem development activity dashboard. So this is An ecosystem developer activity is defined as the sum of the developer activities of all assets that belong to it. For example, the Ethereum ecosystem contains all the projects that build on the Ethereum blockchain or contribute to the blockchain in any other way. So, ecosystem development activity events. So, developer activity events are an important indicator of value in a blockchain ecosystem, but not all GitHub events accurately reflect developers' contributions. A filtering approach is used to calculate the, quote, pure development activity levels. We don't count commits. Now, some sites do count commits. Commits is just developers that have committed to an activity, but I think it's good that they leave commits out because commits are just commitments and they're not contracts or anything like that. So developers can just end a commitment at any moment. So they leave out the commits, which I think is a good thing. So for events, we can see not a lot of developer events, at least for these top projects. We've got Ethereum, Binance Chain, Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism. So heavy on the Ethereum and ERC20s, layer 2s. We got Avalanche, Cosmos, Harmony, Solana, and Polkadot. We can move over, and what I want to look for is the change in developer activity. Now, this isn't something I really care about. I want to see green pretty much across both of these. Now, I'm not sure because they don't put a time on this, on when that change is. The chart is like a 6-month span, so I assume these are going by that same span. We'll just keep on clicking over. We got Filecoin change percentage on developer events up 53.6%. Developer activity event contributors 50. So that is pretty high developer activity. Change percentage up 6.38%. This is dev activities, the change percent in the dev activities, and the dev activity event contributors. So that has increased as well on Filecoin. Okay. Now the next thing down here is ecosystem projects, table of projects within a specific ecosystem. You can select an ecosystem from the drop-down menu or suggest a project if it's not listed. So you can suggest a project and to try to get it listed on here to be, so they will start looking at the metrics. So this is projects on specific ecosystems. So the more projects that we have on an ecosystem, the more activity that ecosystem has. Therefore, we know, or we can add that to our rating system. And let's just say we're just going to give like 1 point to like each of these. If it fits, we'll give it a point. If it doesn't, we don't give it a point. And then at the end, you know, you can develop your own system, but you want to have a system where it's like, all right, all of these 5 things are good. There's a couple that are a little off. And then from there, you'll just have to make your own educated decision. I'm just going to show you how to find these things. And then you can build your own system. GitHub activity and contributors ranking. So unlike the dev activity events metric, which monitors only specific events, the GitHub activity metric includes all events. Again, commits are not included. So personally, what I like to do is I like to find projects that are pretty much green on most, if not all of these, as far as the dev activity has increased a lot. I've seen Flow on all of them, Filecoin on all of them, IOTA, which is now Tangle, it looks like. I'm on all of these, and yeah. And then from here, you can go look at the chart, or you can go look for more metrics. Something else that we can look for is social volume. So this is just your dev activity. And yeah, you can look, they have tons of projects on here. So I would just suggest you take a deep dive into this website and find those hidden gems, and hit me up in the LBC Discord and tell me the gems that you find. Tell everybody. The community will thank you. All right, so next we're going to look up social volume. So we can go to social trends in the top. We can look at trending words, trending stories, trending coins. We've got, of course, Ethereum has been ripping lately, so it's seeing a lot of movement in the social media. Something called Pleasure Coin is at the top of social media. This might be one of those big spikes that we want to stay away from. Top gainers and losers over here in the trending coins. So we can see Ethereum at the top here. We've got Bitcoin below that link, Cardano, XRP, Solana, for some reason USDT, Litecoin, Polkadot, and KCS. Is that an exchange token? It's hard to keep up with all these different tokens. But look at this. Look at this. We have AI summaries. You know, the word ETH is trending due to its association with Ethereum, a leading cryptocurrency gaining significant attention for its strong market performance, institutional adoption, and trading, yada, yada, yada. Bearish summary, bullish summary, how the market is feeling on it with the needle. So, I mean, there's just so much. See details, project page. There's so much on this website that can take you, that can really get into the weeds of these different crypto projects. So the main thing is just looking for high developer activity, looking for high social media volume, social volume. You want to look for also active addresses. So I'm going to have to find that. Insights, or maybe even charts. It's probably going to be on charts. Active addresses over here on the left. I should have had this done before I started recording. Volume, social. Oh, social volume. So we can click on this. Apply for new chart. We'll put it on a price chart. We can click on that and then look at that. Our social volume is in the light blue. Our price chart is in the dark green. Notice the big spikes. We see those are topping indicators because social volume has picked up heavily. That means retail is heavily involved. And retail is going bananas and euphoric, and that's why we get a topping signal. They can also mark bottoms or say we're close to maybe a bottom. I don't know. When was this? This was in March. This might have been when Trump said something about adding Bitcoin to the reserve. You can zoom in on specific things just by scanning across, clicking, and moving across and letting go of the cursor. And there you go. So you can zoom in, and you can also use this little thing at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. Hey, follow my cursor all the way over here. And let's zoom back out and take this all in. We can see Bitcoin social interaction throughout the years. And we actually see it kind of drop off. Why? Oh, because of crypto, because of how expansive crypto has become. Everybody's not talking about just Bitcoin anymore. But we can see that the social volume is actually relatively flat compared to this peak and this peak. So this would kind of signal to us, hold on, let me make sure I'm got it all in here. Yeah, so this would kind of signal to us that Bitcoin has more upside to go because we don't have that peak in social volume, potentially. Again, not financial advice. Something else we can look for other than that is active addresses. So let's try to find that on chain. Supply distribution, long-term holders, network activity. Let's take a look. Active addresses. Here we go. Let's do a 30-day. Let's do a 30-day. We'll put it on this chart. Click on it to zoom in. Let's get rid of the... Now, you can have the social volume. You can have it all on here all at the same time. And that can give you an edge because you can see where the social activity is compared to the active addresses. We can see the active addresses peaked out here, and then you started to get a downwards move at the same time the price is moving to the upside. So what is that? That is a bearish divergence. So there's different ways to look at these charts. I love this stuff, and I love nerding out with you guys on this stuff. So if you want more videos like this, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But yeah, so looking at the active addresses, we can see active addresses have actually fallen off for Bitcoin. The reason why we look at active addresses is because it's a direct measure of real usage and adoptions. And a project with growing activity addresses is gaining users, which is bullish, right? So we want to make sure that we can find those, active addresses. Now, I want to try and find other things, supply distribution, indicators, looking for development. So you can actually look at dev activity on here. You can look at all of it on here on a chart. If that's all you want to do is just look at charts and not get like super in the weeds into the data, you can just come in here and look at the charts. Search metrics, so we can type in whale, transaction count. We can do either 100,000 USD or 1 million USD. So this is where you're really going to find some gems, potentially. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, and let's just look at this. All right, so this is our whale transactions. So obviously, we see spikes when we see price hit or go, we get our blow off tops. Top of our markets, we get spikes in our whale activity. Why? Because they're on chain and they're selling. So whales often move before the crowd. So if we can zoom in a little bit, let's take this down. Let's just go to fairly recent price action. And we can see whale activity shot up here, which is interesting because we had a little bit of a pullback and then whale activity came up again, just not as strong, but then you saw a big push to the upside. So to me, this suggests that whales came in and they bought here and here. So they bought here because they thought, okay, we might get a reversal. Then they bought more here, down here, because we were getting a pullback. Or some might have just been selling. That's why we got to combine multiple metrics. If whale transactions are increasing while price is stable or slowly rising, then we will add a point to that. So that's, part of the scoring system that I was talking about. We want to build a scoring system so that we can filter out what we don't want to, what we don't need. MVRN, which is your market value to realized, MVRV. Market value to realized value ratio. Add that to here. Let's take a look at the chart. So why do we want to look at this metric? Well, because many holders that are in profit, this would, a high MVRV equals many holders in profit, which means they're more likely to take profits, right? So that's bearish. Low MVRV is many holders are at a loss, which means less selling pressure, which means bullish potential. So if it is near historical lows, not highs, but lows, then we want to give that a point in our scoring system because that gives us our bullish potential. So if we just add all this stuff up, then we create our system where we have like 0 to 2 points is something that we'll probably skip because it doesn't really show us enough strength. If it's like 3 points, it's worth adding to your watch list. If it's 4 points, strong candidate for research. And if it's worth 5 points, then it's a potential gem. So we want to do a deep dive before investing. So yeah, so just get in here, go over everything that I went over in this video, check out the website, santiment.net, and find the next gem. Join the Lunar Beaches Crypto Discord and share with me any findings that you come across, perhaps. And yeah, but this video has gone on long enough. I do appreciate each and every single one of you for watching. Thank you, as always. Mad love. And I will see you guys in the next one. Please hit that like and subscribe on your way out. Bye.